baby bear, mama bear, and papa bear. Perfect nursery rhyme reference to introduce all three level 8 suitcase sizes and a giveaway. Everybody loves a giveaway, right? I'm that pilot wife lady here on the YouTube, and if you've been around here for a while, you know that I primarily travel in a carry-on suitcase and a personal item bag only. However, there are trips where we've had to pack in a larger checked luggage for some of our month-long, 3-week, 2-week-long trips, and somehow, I know, it's hard to believe, I have not been able to get everything into my carry-on suitcase. Very rare, but it does happen. And in those instances, it's good to have a larger suitcase on hand so that if you do need to check your luggage, you're covered. Today, I'm going to go through all of the pluses, minuses, everything in between, so that you can see all three sizes and decide for yourself, so that when you get to select, should you be the lucky winner, which size is best for the way you travel, because that's the most important part. Not how I travel. I'm just here sharing my experiences over the last 30 years and how we travel, things that can help you travel easier, lighter, and in your own kind of style. That's what I'm going to share here today. And then at the end, I'll give you all of the goody details of how you can get in on this Level 8 giveaway and get yourself a new suitcase. Let's fly into it. The first goody detail is the suitcase line that you'll be selecting from is called the Voyageur. I have the Voyageur in this one. I have it in, you may see in my past videos, the dark blue one. It comes in different colors. This is their two-tone one, which is kind of fun. And not a lot out there in the two-tone color, so it's easy to identify on the baggage claim. Huge plus. The Voyageur suitcase line comes with the large trolley bar. That sometimes sways people away. However, let me convince you the advantages of the larger trolley bar. If maybe you said, no way, no how, let me try and convince you. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I always gotta try. The carry-on suitcase. This is the 20-inch, which covers pretty much most airlines. And can never say all, because then there's one that pops up that is a random one. Always check the airline that you're flying to make sure, but typically the maximum is 22 inches. So this 20-inch one falls a few inches below that, which you should be safe for overhead suitcase storage when you take your carry-on suitcase. Celadon color, the two-tone, is nice because it's easy to identify and pick out. The Voyageur trolley bar. This one is where in the past where I've shown my other wide handle, I have both the Voyageur suitcases and then I also have their top open, which also has the wide trolley bar. The advantages to this is that it is so much more stable than my down the middle trolley bar. And I do have the luminous line that is the smaller one, and I've traveled with that quite a few times as well. So it just depends on the trip that I need it for. But the one thing that I do love about the wider trolley bar is the stability, especially if you are taking trips internationally. Being here in the States, internationally, I mean over to Europe, where you're going to deal more with cobblestone, uneven bricks. This is nice to have. Also, I will sometimes use it as an armrest. When you're standing there waiting for the gate, if you're going down the walkway, it's just nice to have something to lean on sometimes. I've partnered up with Level 8 before, and if you have seen previous videos, you've probably seen them in my videos. I have their Voyageur, their Luminous, and their Adventurer suitcases. And I have traveled with them for multiple trips, double-digit trips. The dependability that I have had with them so far has been phenomenal. I fall in that mid-range, so maybe that's why we travel so well together, is I want something that's going to be dependable, durable, looks stylish. I mean, the two-tone colors, I like having those options without spending the $700-800 on a suitcase. This one falls in that middle range, but still covers all of the pieces that I need. And I can link past reviews that I have done so you can see their other lines and other pieces that I like on their suitcases. But I'm going to highlight some today so that if you want to participate in their giveaway, which size is best for the way that you travel. All 3 suitcases come with TSA approved locks. Let's take a peek inside. Opening it up, and on that trolley bar side, all nice and flat, which is a huge bonus when you're trying to maximize your carry-on suitcase. The only thing you have to work around are the wheels at the bottom. Unless you want to carry your suitcase with no wheels, don't advise. We're always going to have in any suitcase to pack around the wheels. A waterproof pouch on the bottom and a see-through mesh on the top, but quick amenities that you might need to get to as soon as you get to the hotel. On the day that you're leaving, if you have something that's still damp, always nice to be able to tuck those in that water resistant pouch. I also collect, so in your new bags or in your new shoes, something like that, always comes these silica packs. I will take these and transfer them into silicone pouch side because it just adds in there where it can soak up more of that moisture as you're traveling home if you need to. And then the other side, if you don't use, I use shower caps to pack my shoes in to keep all the dirt off my clothes. But if you don't, this little zipper, the liner that you have, if you wanted to, take it, pack it in there like that. So it's separate from your clothes. And then when you're all packed up, the mesh compression zipper, zip it all up in there. And the double handles on each are really nice. So when I'm lifting my suitcase up into the overhead bins on the airplane, I can get a good grasp on both ends. That's Baby Bear, or the 20-inch carry-on. Now we're gonna swap out for Mama Bear, which is the 26-inch. These next 2 obviously are going to be checked luggage only, but when you are having a longer trip and don't think you can or just don't want to, these 2 options are really nice. The one thing I will bring up, because if you're like me, I'm like, bigger, better, obviously I can pack more in. Think about the weight. There are weight requirements for checked and for some airlines for your carry-on luggage also, but definitely for the check luggage, you will have to put your suitcase on a scale before you check it. Typically it's 50 pounds is the limit, but again, check with the airline that you're flying with and make sure that you fall within the weight limits so that you're not charged an extra $75, $100, $200, whatever they're charging now to check that bag. All 3 suitcases have the same exterior. One thing that I forgot to mention here are the bumpers, especially on checked bags. The baggage handlers are not gentle with our suitcases. They have to get them off the belly of the plane and get them to the right baggage claim. So they're on speed and efficiency mode, not gentle suitcase mode. These bumpers are nice because it just gives that a little extra protection, just sets it off the ground that little bit. Look at those wheels. When they say 360, they mean it, which is nice because sometimes you're going and it just makes it really nice that when your suitcase rolls nicely when you're traveling. It's one of those little amenities that we don't even think about until it happens. Like if you've ever had a wheel break, I have seen, oh, poor travelers. It hasn't happened to me ever, thankfully, but I have seen wheels fall off coming down a jet bridge. I have seen the middle trolley bars break. This poor woman was pulling it out of the overhead bin and just snapped right off. All sorts of stories that you see and hear over the travel years. The little pieces, the wheels, is something that we don't think about until it breaks or until it's not spinning right or going down the airport smoothly. All of those things make a big difference on travel day. For me, I should say, don't even enter the conversation unless I see it happen. And then I'm like, oh, that's a good point. Glad I don't have to worry about that. On the inside, notice how it's this way on the 26 and the 28. They're not perfectly in the middle. When you're going into your hotel room and you're lifting up because you've stacked it really full, or is that just me? This top is going to be lighter to help you lift it off, get your suitcase organized in the hotel room. Thus, the little knobbies on the bottom. Same setup here, just larger. And then the deep part, they've thought of everything. Okay, this one's keeping everything in. This one, it's an extra lock, all in the right place. See-through mesh again, folds in this side. Did I mention they're durable? I'm about 112, and sitting on this, it's not, as you can see, it's not caving in at all. So when suitcases are being stacked on top of these in the belly of the plane, you can be assured that anything you have packed inside, it's going to be pretty well protected. Papa Bear, or probably what most people call it, the 28-inch Level 8 suitcase. All the same, the two larger ones, lifting handles. This one, which could get a little extra heavy, they've added a third. So anywhere you grab, you're going to have something to grab onto. If it were me and I got to choose between the 28 or 26, I would probably go with the 26. Here is why. Big plus to have the extra handle if you need it, but they have to put it somewhere. And right here, just a little bit, it doesn't take up much space. And it's not the whole part, it's just here to here to here. But it's still something else I would have to work around. That's why I would go with this one versus this one. But let's face it, if you're taking a 28-inch suitcase on your trip, space might not be an issue. You have plenty of space to work with here. So just throwing it out if you're considering and which ones you're considering. Hey, Chuck. Nope, we don't get to go in there. No. Kitty cat break. That's what happens when you don't film in your office and you film out in the sunroom. The bottom piece, again, relatively the same to the 26. And we open it up to the big space. All, hey you, no. All on the inside. No trolley bar, don't have to work around anything in the middle. Those are all the details on the Voyageur in the Celadon. Beautiful color. Love this color. The other color I like is the olive color. So luxurious. You get to choose whatever color you want. Now we get to the good stuff. The giveaway. I feel like Vanna White, maybe? No, she never said voices like that. Anyway, the giveaway. You get to choose one Level 8 suitcase of your choice. Do you like the 20-inch? Do you like the 26-inch? Or do you like the 28-inch? Whatever way you travel, the choice is yours. We've been working together for a while now, and so they decided, hey, let's do a giveaway. And I was all on board. I don't think you can go wrong with whatever size you pick. Just make the decision based on how you travel most. That's the biggest deal. What do you need to do to enter? Glad you asked. In the comments below, you need to tell us, one, what is your best or favorite packing hack? Two, how do you like to travel? Are you the get there and go, or you like a more relaxing, calm trip? And three, probably the most important to Level 8 for their continuing research, what is the most important part you look for when you use a suitcase or when you buy a suitcase. Put each of those 3 in the comments and Level 8 will pick one lucky winner to get the suitcase of their choice. If you're going on a trip ASAP and looking for a new suitcase and can't wait until this drawing is over, they also have let me know that you can use my discount code, which will be in the top of the description down below there, and purchase your suitcase now. And should you win, they will refund that price to you. Thanks for being here with this pilot wife lady in always an effort to help you travel well, travel light, and travel in your own kind of beautiful suitcase style. Happy travels. Celadon. Celadon. There we go. Okay, Celadon. Yes, okay. And then, of course, you have a cat loving whenever you pack because that's his happy place. You're gonna have to come out, Chuck.